Hey everyone, welcome back to Max and Mia podcast.
Hi guys, so happy you're here with us today. How's it going, Max?
Pretty good. I had way too much coffee this morning, so I'm ready to go.
Same here, honestly. Okay, so before we jump in, we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been tuning in lately. It really means a lot to us.
Yes, we've been getting some really nice comments, and it makes our day, you know?
It really does. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new episodes. And if you're enjoying the podcast, leaving a like really helps us out.
It takes like 2 seconds, and it helps more people find us. So yeah, we'd really appreciate it.
All right. So, what do we have for today?
Today's episode is packed with conversations, like actual, real conversations on different topics.
Exactly. So, whether you're cooking, going for a walk, or just chilling at home, this is perfect for practicing your listening skills and picking up some new vocabulary.
And hey, if you really want to take it to the next level, try shadowing. You know, just repeat what we say right after you hear it. It's a game changer for your pronunciation.
Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so our first conversation today is about something super practical. Asking a coworker to cover your shift at work.
Oh, this is such a common situation. Whether you work in an office, a restaurant, or even remotely, at some point, you're going to need someone to fill in for you.
Exactly. And the tricky part is knowing how to ask politely, right? You don't want to sound too pushy or too casual.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance, so we're going to listen to a conversation first, and then we'll break down some key vocabulary.
Sounds good. But first, let's go over some key words and expressions that will help you follow along.
Yeah. This way you'll be ready when you hear them in the conversation.
Yeah, let's do it. So first up, we have shift.
Right. A shift is basically the period of time you're scheduled to work. So, for example, you could say, I have the morning shift tomorrow from 8 to 2.
Simple but essential. Okay, next one. Cover.
This one's really important. When you cover for someone, you do their work while they're away. Like, hey, could you cover for me on Friday? I have a doctor's appointment.
And it sounds way more natural than saying, do my work for me, right?
Definitely. All right, moving on. The next expression is swap shifts.
Oh, I love this one. So when you swap shifts with someone, you basically trade schedules, like, I'll take your Saturday shift if you take my Sunday.
Exactly. It's a fair deal. You help me, I help you.
All right, and last one for this section. Short notice.
Okay. So, short notice means you're asking for something without giving much time in advance. For example, I know this is short notice, but is there any chance you could cover my shift tonight?
And honestly, when you're asking on short notice, being extra polite really helps.
For sure. A little politeness goes a long way.
All right, now that you know those key words, let's hear them in action.
So in this conversation, two coworkers, Jake and Sophie, are chatting at work. Jake needs a favor, and, well, you'll see how it goes.
Hey, Sophie, do you have a minute? I wanted to ask you something.
Sure, what's up?
So, I have a bit of a situation. My sister is getting married this Saturday, and the ceremony is in the afternoon. The thing is, I'm scheduled to work the closing shift that day, and I really can't miss the wedding.
Oh, wow. Congratulations to your sister. That's exciting. So you need someone to cover for you.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if there's any chance you could take my shift. I know it's kind of short notice, and I'm really sorry about that. I actually found out about the timing just a few days ago because they moved the ceremony to an earlier time.
Saturday closing shift. That's the 4 to 10, right?
Yeah, that's the one. I completely understand if you can't, though. I know weekends are precious.
No, I mean, let me think. I was supposed to meet some friends for dinner, but honestly, I could move that to Sunday. It's not a big deal.
Really? That would be amazing, Sophie. I'd owe you big time.
Don't worry about it. These things happen. Family comes first, you know?
I really appreciate it. And hey, if you ever need me to cover for you, just say the word. I'll be there, no questions asked.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. Actually, now that you mention it, I might need to swap shifts with someone next month. My cousin is visiting from out of town, and I want to spend some time with her.
Just let me know the dates, and I'll make it work. Seriously, whatever you need.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. Okay, so for Saturday, did you already talk to the manager about this, or do we need to let her know?
Yeah, I spoke to Karen this morning. She said it's fine as long as I find someone to cover and we both confirm it with her. So I just need to send her a quick message saying you agreed, and then you might need to confirm with her as well.
Got it. I'll swing by her office before my break and let her know in person. That way there's no confusion.
Perfect. Thanks again, really. I was kind of stressed about this whole thing. I didn't want to let my sister down, but I also didn't want to leave the team hanging.
I totally get it. It's hard when personal stuff overlaps with work. But hey, that's what coworkers are for, right? We help each other out.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I just felt bad asking on such short notice. I usually try to plan these things ahead, but this time it was out of my hands.
Honestly, don't overthink it. You asked politely, you talked to the manager first, and you're offering to return the favor. That's the right way to handle it.
Thanks, Sophie. That makes me feel better about it. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. I don't want to take up more of your time.
No worries. Hey, have fun at the wedding. Take some pictures.
Oh, I will. My mom already has a whole photography plan. It's going to be a long day, but a good one.
I bet. All right, see you tomorrow then?
Yeah, see you tomorrow. And seriously, thanks again.
Anytime, Jake. Anytime.
All right, so that was our first conversation. Pretty useful, right?
Yeah, I think the key takeaway here is that being polite and upfront really makes a difference. Jake didn't just ask out of nowhere. He explained his situation, he talked to the manager first, and he offered to return the favor.
Exactly. And Sophie was cool about it because he approached it the right way. No pressure, no awkwardness.
All right, so let's move on to our second topic of the day. And this one is a bit different.
Yeah, we're going to talk about going to therapy. Or, seeing a psychologist.
And I think this is really important because in some places, mental health is still kind of a taboo subject. People don't really talk about it openly.
Which is a shame, honestly. Because going to therapy doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means you're taking care of yourself.
Exactly. It's like going to the gym, but for your mind.
I like that. Anyway, in this next conversation, you're going to hear a lot of vocabulary related to feelings, emotions, and moods. So pay attention to those.
And there's also something else we want you to notice. You're going to hear the present perfect continuous tense quite a bit.
Oh yeah, good point. So for those of you who aren't sure what that is, let me explain real quick. The present perfect continuous is used when you want to talk about something that started in the past and is still happening now, or something that just recently stopped but still has an effect on the present.
Right. And the structure is pretty simple. You use have or has, then been, and then the verb with ing. So, for example, I have been feeling really tired lately.
See? That tells you it's not just today. It's been going on for a while and it's still happening.
Exactly. So keep an ear out for that structure in the conversation. You'll hear it a few times.
All right, with that in mind, let's jump into it.
Hi, Emma. Come on in. How are you doing today?
Hi, Dr. Ellis. I'm okay, I guess. A bit tired, but okay.
That's all right. Please, have a seat. So, how have things been since our last session?
Honestly, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Some days are fine, but others feel really heavy, you know?
I understand. When you say heavy, can you describe what that feels like for you?
It's hard to explain. It's like this weight on my chest. I wake up and I already feel exhausted, even though I just slept. And I've been feeling like this for a few weeks now. It's not every day, but it happens more often than I'd like.
That sounds tough, and I appreciate you being so open about it. Have you noticed anything that might be triggering these feelings? Any patterns?
I've been thinking about that. I think work has a lot to do with it. Things have been really stressful lately. We had some big changes in the team, and I've been taking on more responsibilities. I haven't had much time for myself.
That makes sense. When we're overwhelmed, it's easy to neglect our own needs. Have you been sleeping well?
Not really. I've been waking up in the middle of the night a lot, and then I just lie there, thinking about everything I have to do the next day. My mind doesn't shut off.
That's quite common when we're under a lot of stress. The mind keeps running, even when the body needs rest. Have you tried anything to help you relax before bed?
I've been trying to read a little, but I end up checking my phone instead. I know it's a bad habit, but it's hard to stop.
It is. Screens can be very stimulating, and they make it harder for our brain to wind down. Maybe we can work on creating a small routine that helps you disconnect before sleep. Something simple, nothing too demanding.
Yeah, I'd like that. I just feel like I don't have energy for anything these days. Even things I used to enjoy, like going for walks or meeting friends, feel like too much effort.
That's an important thing to recognize. When we lose interest in activities that used to bring us joy, it's often a sign that we need to slow down and pay attention to what's going on inside. Have you been feeling this way for long?
A couple of months, maybe? At first, I thought it was just a phase, like everyone gets tired sometimes, right? But it hasn't really gone away. If anything, it's been getting worse.
I'm glad you decided to talk about it. It takes courage to acknowledge these feelings. You mentioned you've been feeling exhausted and disconnected. Have you also been feeling anxious or nervous?
Sometimes, yeah, especially at work. I get this tightness in my stomach before meetings, and my heart starts racing. I keep worrying that I'm going to mess something up or that people will think I'm not good enough.
It sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Do you think those expectations come from others or more from within?
Probably from myself, honestly. I've always been a bit of a perfectionist. I hate making mistakes. And lately, I've been feeling like I'm constantly falling short.
That inner critic can be very loud sometimes. Part of what we can work on together is learning to soften that voice. It doesn't mean lowering your standards, but rather being kinder to yourself when things don't go perfectly.
That sounds nice, but I don't even know where to start.
That's okay. We'll take it one step at a time. For now, I just want you to notice when that critical voice shows up. Don't try to fight it, just observe it. Can you do that?
I think so. I'll try.
That's all I ask. You're doing great, Emma. Really.
Thanks, Dr. Ellis. I actually feel a bit lighter just talking about all this.
That's what this space is for. I'll see you next week, okay?
Yeah, see you next week.
Okay, so that was a pretty deep conversation.
Yeah, it really was. And I think what I like about it is how calm and safe the space felt. Dr. Ellis wasn't judging or rushing. She was just listening.
Exactly. And that's something I want to highlight. Therapy isn't about someone telling you what to do or fixing you. It's more about having a space where you can express what's going on without fear.
And I think a lot of people are scared to go because they feel like they need to have a real problem, you know? Like, if you're not in a crisis, you don't deserve help.
Which is completely false. You don't need to hit rock bottom to talk to someone. Sometimes you just need a little support to deal with everyday stress, work pressure, or just feeling off.
Right. And honestly, the earlier you address those feelings, the easier it is to manage them. It's like going to the doctor for a checkup. You don't wait until you're really sick.
Exactly. And I hope this conversation helps some of our listeners feel more comfortable with the idea. There's no shame in asking for help.
None at all. All right, let's move on to something a bit lighter.
Yes. Our third and final conversation of the day is about money. Specifically, talking about monthly expenses with a friend.
This is super practical because, let's be honest, we all have to deal with bills and budgets. And knowing how to talk about it naturally in English is really useful.
Plus, this conversation is great for practicing numbers. Big numbers, to be specific.
Oh yeah, and this can be tricky for a lot of learners. When someone says a number quickly in conversation, it's easy to get lost. Was that 1,500 or 5,000? Wait, is 500 even a thing?
No, it's not. But that's exactly the kind of confusion we're talking about. So pay close attention to how numbers are pronounced in this conversation.
And don't worry if you need to replay some parts. That's totally normal. All right, let's hear it.
Man, this month has been rough. I feel like my money just disappeared.
Tell me about it. I checked my bank account yesterday and I was like, where did it all go?
Right? I tried to keep track of everything, but somehow I still ended up spending way more than I planned.
What's been eating up most of your budget?
Rent, obviously. That's the big one. I paid $1,200 a month, and that's already half my salary gone.
$1,200? That's insane. I thought my rent was bad. I pay $950, but I also split utilities with my roommate, so that helps.
Yeah, I'd live alone, so I pay everything myself. Electricity this month was like $85, which isn't too bad, but then internet is another $60, and my phone bill's around $45.
Okay, so just on those basics, you're already at, almost $1,400?
Yeah, something like that. And I haven't even talked about groceries yet.
Groceries are killing me too. I used to spend like $200 a month, but now it's closer to $300. Everything is more expensive.
Same here. I went to the supermarket last week and spent $75 on what felt like nothing. Just some chicken, vegetables, rice, and a few snacks. I couldn't believe it.
It's crazy, and eating out doesn't help either. I try to cook at home, but sometimes I'm just too tired, so I order food.
Oh, I know. I've been ordering way too much lately. I think I spent around $150 on delivery apps this month alone.
That adds up fast. I've been trying to limit myself to once a week, but it's hard. Especially on Fridays when I just want to relax and not think about cooking.
Totally get it. What about other stuff, like subscriptions and all that?
Oh, don't even get me started. I have Netflix, Spotify, the gym membership, and I just realized I'm still paying for an app I don't even use anymore. That's like $50 a month on stuff I barely notice.
Yeah, those small charges sneak up on you. I canceled a couple of subscriptions last month, and honestly, I don't even miss them.
I should probably do the same. Anyway, what about savings? Are you managing to put anything aside?
A little bit. I try to save at least $200 a month, but sometimes it's more like $100. Depends on how things go.
That's still something. I've been trying to build an emergency fund, but it's slow. I've got around 1,500 saved so far.
That's good, though. Better than nothing. I think I have around 2,000, but I'm scared to touch it. I want to have at least 3 months of expenses covered just in case.
Smart. You never know what might happen. Okay, so real talk. What's your total spending this month looking like?
Honestly, probably around 2,200, maybe a bit more.
That's tight. Mine is around 1,900, but only because I've been really careful with food and going out.
Yeah, I need to get better at that. Next month, I'm setting a strict budget. No more random purchases.
Good luck with that. I've said the same thing like 5 times already.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, so that was our last conversation of the day.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a lot of people can relate to that one. Money stuff is stressful, but at least now you've got some useful vocabulary to talk about it.
Exactly. And did you catch all those numbers? 1,200, 950, 2,200. They go by fast, right?
They really do. So if you missed some, just go back and listen again. There's no rush. That's the beauty of podcasts.
Totally. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. We covered a lot of ground. Asking a coworker to cover your shift, going to therapy and talking about feelings, and managing monthly expenses.
3 very different topics, but all super practical for everyday life.
And that's what we want. Real conversations that actually help you improve.
All right, before we go, I just want to say something. Learning a language is hard, like really hard, and sometimes it feels like you're not making progress, but trust me, you are.
Yeah, every episode you listen to, every new word you pick up, every time you understand something you didn't before, that's progress, even if it doesn't feel like it.
So don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing this, and that already says a lot about you.
Absolutely. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people.
And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? That way you won't miss any new episodes.
We put a lot of love into this, so thanks for spending your time with us. It means the world.
All right, that's a wrap. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you in the next one.
See you.